So almost exactly 10 years ago now, I did something that I never in my life thought that I would do. Together with my wife, I decided to buy 3 calves, about 100 sheep, and lease some land close to where we lived. And all of a sudden, from one day to the next, I was a farmer. So just about 1 year after that, and at the youthful age of 30, I also became a dad. So with no prior experience in either farming or running a business or being a parent, I was about to embark on one of the most daunting and challenging but also rewarding journeys in my entire life. Now, still farming, with 2 kids and a wonderful relationship, I look back and sort of wonder, how did it all happen? So this is the story of what I had to learn and what I had to figure out to go from that young, drifting, searching young man who didn't really know what he wanted in life to the person I am today. A little bit more mature, a little bit more anchored, and hopefully a little bit more wise. But with no prior experience when I started, the learning curve, as you can imagine, was quite steep. And I hope that with this video I can share a few valuable lessons learned along the way to anyone else out there who happens to be sitting in a similar boat and wondering, how the hell do I do this? Starting any kind of business, be it a farm or whatever, and having a family on the side is in and of itself a pretty daunting task. I don't claim at all, first of all, to have any of like the universal answers, if there are any. This is just me speaking from my experience living here in Sweden. So it's a pretty gray day on the farm. It's Friday. We're expecting a lot of rain this evening, so hunkering down. Hopefully maybe I can give a few pointers to things that have helped me over the years when navigating this terrain of running a business, trying to balance that with kids and family life and running a farm. Because yeah, combining all those 3 together is one heck of a special operation, I can tell you that. So I guess my first lesson that I had to learn on the farm is the value of starting small. Starting small and growing organically, like growing gradually. Organically, if you're a farmer, of course, I think it's a better way of producing food. Let your business grow slowly. It's so easy to want to scale fast and sort of apply a form of production that might look as if it works, but maybe it doesn't really work in your context. So, editing Willem here, just a small note on what I was trying to say and bring home is that it's so easy to compare yourself with others. I am totally guilty of this still, but I don't do it as much as I used to. But comparing yourself to others, like the kinds of businesses they have, the lives they seem to live, what they're doing and all that, it's a very counterproductive way of comparison. It doesn't lead to a constructive feedback you need in your life to I think make better and good decisions that fit you in your life, in your context, so to say. So that's just, I wanted to clarify the point that comparing yourself to others and the kinds of lives they seem to live and the kinds of companies they seem to run and what they're producing if they're farmers and how they're producing it. Don't let that be your only guide. You need to ask yourself, what kind of a life do I want to live and create for myself? And then compare yourself to who you were a year ago, or maybe 5 years ago, or maybe 10 years ago, and how your life looked back then. Has it gotten better? What has improved? What do you need to keep working on? A lot better constructive way of like comparison and choosing what kind of path you want for yourself than comparing yourself to others and trying to fit your life and yourself in that sort of mold. So that's it. Just wanted to say that. Back to the video. So we're trying to grab a bale right here. I should have cleaned the windows a little bit better. Here we go. Very nice. Because I became a dad and we started our little family at the same time as I started the farm, it was sort of an obligation that things went slow. I couldn't scale quickly, I couldn't grow my business exponentially because time was very, very precious, and I knew that if I focus too much on growing the business, it's going to get away from me, and all of a sudden I'm going to find myself having built something that takes up more time than maybe I had intended. Especially when you have kids, it's really, really important to plan your business and your professional activities so that it fits in with having a family. So another lesson I had to learn that is very valuable still is that it's important to be humble enough towards your ideas and your preconceptions and your expectations to be able to change them, not overnight but gradually. You need to hold your dreams so hard that you'd never want to let them go, and you also need to be able to open your hand and let them go. It sounds a little bit strange and counterintuitive, but it just means that you have a flexibility within you, within your mindset, to adapt quickly, find new ways to sort of navigate different situations that you're faced with as a business person, as a family person, and sort of be curious enough, not become rigid in your thinking. Become curious enough to both search for new different ways and also let them come to you in a way. Because sometimes not searching for something and giving up the whole search kind of endeavor can actually be quite helpful. You can gain clarity from that. That's at least what happened to me when I first came to the farm, because I moved here in this yellow trailer that you see behind me, and not knowing what to do basically with my life. I didn't know I wanted to be a farmer. I didn't know what I wanted to do at all, to be honest. I spent a year living in this one, not trying to find any answers. It was the first time I sort of gave up on that whole endeavor of I'm going to figure this out. I just try to enjoy being alive, enjoy every day that I had, and gradually things sort of opened up. I found opportunities, people reached out, and living on this farm and this place made it a natural sort of succession that I would find an interest in farming, because this is where I lived and this is the environment that I saw every day. I've been trying to figure out this frame for this shed that I'm going to try to screw together. I'll show you a picture. So this is how it's supposed to look. Looks really nice, right? And they have an instruction here of how you screw it all together, but I don't get the corners to line up very well. Something is off. And instead of tackling this, spending more time on it, I'm just gonna let it go. Just the way I did when I first arrived on the farm. Go do something else in life, relax, think about other things, and eventually things will fall into place. I will figure this out, but rather than hitting my head against the wall, it's sometimes good to just, you know, let go, as I said. There's a Buddhist saying that I really like to remind myself of. It goes something like, the snow falls, every flake in its right place. It means that even if life seems chaotic and things seem disorganized in life, you can relax in knowing that, you know, things are still in their right place. You can accept the way things are. Try not to struggle against it, the way the snow falls or the way your life is or your situation is right now. Just sort of ride with it, enjoy it, even, you know, yeah, find it beautiful in a way. Because we're all just experiencing life. Isn't it true? We're all just experiencing life. So sometimes it's better to let go. Yep, as promised, it's raining. So this is our first rain in over a week. We've had a lot of snow come and go, but I don't know, is it a sign of spring? Spring still feels a little bit far off. Before this video gets any longer, I'd like to sort of end it right here. First of all, there's a lot more to say about all this. I hope you found it interesting, maybe even a little bit helpful in a way. These are some of the lessons that, you know, I've learned during these 10 years starting this farm from absolutely zero, knew nothing about this. So as I said in the beginning, the learning curve has been steep and there's a lot more things I'd like to bring up and talk about, but in order for not to make this video too long, I think let's leave it at this for now. So we can look forward to another video maybe next week. If you've made it this far, thank you. First of all, amazing. I hope that this channel will be a little bit more about farming, but also it gives me a chance to explore other topics than I could on my Swedish channel, which has about 6,000 subscribers now, and we've been at it for like 5 or 6 years making videos there, so it's a lot of fun. We have a great community, but I started this channel in English because I wanted to be able to explore deeper topics or broader topics, not only about farming but also about running a business, about being a family man in my case, like relationships, all this stuff, and farming, of course, it's all part of it. But farming in my case is just my example, but I still feel that there are loads of like concepts and things that I've learned, valuable lessons that can be applied to other people's lives. So I guess that's maybe why I wanted to make this video in the first place. And just to mention, this is part 1. I'm definitely expecting there's gonna be a part 2, maybe a part 3 to this. So yeah, hope to see you in the next video. Stay tuned and be safe, take care, good luck. I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one. Bye. Oh yeah, and thank you for watching again. Don't forget to subscribe. See you next week.